For today's cup of coffee, we're going to be discussing something that freaks me out. Clowns.
Ew.
And
I knew you'd get that motherfucker.
yes, it was this little clown statue thing that he
You
had.
didn't say that. You said, I knew you'd get that son of a bitch.
Yes, that's exactly what I said. This is by Stacy, Liberatore, March the 7th of 2023.
It was the clown from American Horror Story Freak Show.
I didn't care what it was.
It was
I
a little
didn't
figurine.
care. Yeah. And this is from Daily Mail. And it says, if the image of a clown makes you turn your head away, you may have coulrophobia. And researchers at the University of Wales created the Fear of Clowns Questionnaire. So they've done actual research on this.
Yes.
And that's to investigate the origins of this phobia, and the results may not be what most expect. Participants are asked to rank 18 items, including if I came across a clown, I would leave the room, from totally agree to totally disagree. And we've got the questionnaire here on the screen, so you can, at leisure, you can go through that.
Yeah.
And says that the survey also led to the origins of people's fear, with clowns' makeup giving them a not quite human look, reported as the most popular explanation. However, the team also discovered coulrophobia decreases with age, bringing hope to those who still shiver at the thought of a clown.
You ain't scared of them. You're just like, no.
No, they make me feel violent. It's like you stay over there. Don't get near me. And honestly, I'm not that bad. It would depend on the person who was playing the clown. So I'm not like I used to be. But when I was small child, elementary school, the damn things absolutely horrified me. Now I just don't like them, but I know that I can have control over the situation easily.
Yeah.
Easily. And it says that previous...
Go to Ripley's Haunted Adventure. A clown
Yeah.
pops out.
Yeah. Previous studies have determined that people who are not born with a fear of clowns, or that they are not born, rather, and the phobia, but the phobia develops as they age. And coulrophobia starts at a young age when a child watches a thriller featuring a killer clown, such as Killer Clowns from Outer Space,
about to sing the tune.
released in 1988, and Stephen King's It from 1986 are just two examples.
But I watched Stephen King's It as a kid, and that didn't scare me.
Not as a small child, you did
as a
not.
small-
This is
as
a
a
matter
small
of
child.
proper parenting. You do not let small children watch some of this crazy stuff. Now, Chucky, you saw at a carnival. It was, I had no control over what the carnies were selling of their games.
Give me. It was that terrified thing, like, give me.
And fascinated.
Yeah.
You're still like that.
Nah.
And it
really.
says-
He doesn't scare me. I just like him.
It says, however, there are real killer clowns like the serial killer John Wayne Gacy, who in the 1970s performed as Pogo the Clown at charity events and children's party and murdered 33 boys and young men. The researchers wrote in The Conversation, however, some people are afraid of Ronald McDonald, the fast food chain mascot, and he is not meant to scare you. This suggests that there might be something more fundamental about the way clowns look that unsettles people. Now, I don't think Ronald McDonald never did freak me out.
He never freaked me out either. Now, the original design of Ronald, that was a little...
Yeah,
he was a little fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were thinking. That was not people thinking for kids.
Well, I think that kids
Designed
used
for
to be
kids.
tougher at
No.
certain points.
No, it's that...
They were
people
just traumatized.
No, people just flat out did not think of kids.
Well, I don't know that
Think
some of
what
these
kids
things...
actually wanted.
Some of these things were not... You cannot hide kids from the world. I mean, the world is, regardless of whether they're prepared or not. I'm not saying traumatize
If you're trying
children,
to
but...
advertise a product to kids,
Well, yeah.
it has to be marketable.
That is true. That is absolutely true.
That was like Nickelodeon. The original two designs for Nickelodeon,
Right.
they were not marketable for children, so they were flopping, and they were flopping hard.
But I loved that early Nickelodeon stuff. I really
Uh, uh,
did.
Was it like early Nickelodeon, or was it when like the 80s came along and that's when they got their third revamp and that was when they finally like shot up?
You know what? I don't know. I would have to go back and see what era it
'Cause
was.
the 80s through the 90s, that was the golden age of Nickelodeon.
I probably
That was when they
was.
started
That was
getting-
like it's
that was
probably
when
earlier than
orange-
that.
That was when the orange splat, just the orange in general.
Oh yeah.
came
No, this is before the orange splat. Anyhow, the team surveyed 987 people between the ages of 18 and 77. So it's actually a pretty good sample size.
Yeah.
And these participants were in Africa, Europe, Australia, North and South America, and the UK. And that's pretty cool too that they're getting a broad sampling like that.
Yeah.
And the items included: I would do anything to avoid a clown. If I encountered a clown, it would take me a long time to get it out of my mind. If I saw a clown, I would be afraid of it. And if I saw a clown, I would feel very panicky. It's just like, I don't know, panicky would be the right, it's like, leery.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. And the
You'd be
responses...
highly uncomfortable.
I'd be uncomfortable, yeah. And the responses were obtained using a 7-point scale ranging from 1 totally disagree to 7 totally agree. And the higher the points, the more intense the phobia is. The results showed participants from Asia reported the highest degree of coulrophobia. That's pretty interesting.
That's because I don't think they have clowns over there that often. Seriously, I don't.
I'm not
clowns
sure.
is not part of their culture.
No, but they have a lot of theater that has all these different masks and stuff, so it looks like
Theater
yeah.
And, some other type of theater.
So it looks like that wouldn't be, and maybe
No,
it's an
theater.
association with some of the characters that those masks represent.
Like the yokai and all the spirits.
Mhm.
Maybe that's what it is. 'cause
It could
they
be.
Could resemble that.
It says while those in Europe had the lowest, according to the study published in the International Journal of Mental Health. And that could be that as far as the clown has been around in European cultures and stuff for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's interesting. I would like to go and at some point research the origins of this and why there were differences within the different cultures.
Yeah.
Because I am nerd, hear me read. However, 54% of all respondents were somewhat scared of clowns. 54, so that's the preponderance of it. The next step of this researcher was to identify the origins of this fear. And while the non-human look ranked number 1, a clown's exaggerated facial features convey a direct sense of threat was found to be the second. I can see that.
Yeah.
And it's just like little kids, as far as when they're real little, they've done experiments where they will show them a face that the features are jumbled up.
Mm-hmm.
And the kid just, sort of sits there and laughs at it because their vision is not that good.
Yeah.
And as they get more acclimated to the world, then things that are totally out of the normal freak them out.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, let's traumatize the little peoples. And then we wonder why we've got society full of neurotics.
That's why Teletubbies makes children
I like
little babies
Teletubbies.
laugh.
They
That's why Boobas make people laugh.
Well,
That's why the Wiggles make
Yeah.
children laugh.
well, if you look at the faces of the Teletubbies and stuff, they were very childlike in the proportions.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got little bitty face, great big head. That's small children. And the following reason was the makeup as far as the clowns, as it hides the person's emotions, giving others a feeling of uncertainty. That's one of the things that freaks me out too. Some respondents reported that the makeup reminded them of death, infection, or blood injury, and evokes disgust or avoidance. I can see that.
See, that's hard for me. See, I don't got the phobia.
Right.
They don't weird me out, so I don't see the correlation with that. So,
Well, as far as the pallor, I mean, it is not a normal human color. So that's...
no, I mean, yeah, no, it's not. Like, the white is certainly not normal.
Right.
skin color at all.
Right.
Unless you meet someone that's like extremely pale.
Right. Which that's not going to be. There's not that many albinos out there.
And they're not even purely white.
Right. It says the next origin was clowns' unpredictable behavior that makes us uncomfortable, followed by the fear being learned from family members. Now, I tried not to pass my clown fear down to you all.
Yeah.
Y'all thought it was funny that I was afraid of them. That and balloons. Now, y'all still torture the shit out of me with balloons.
I don't torture the shit out of you with balloons.
It says, and then the negative portrayals of clowns in popular culture sparked people's fear. I can see that because when you've got these idiots doing the stalking clown randomly in neighborhoods.
That was creepy. That was creepy as fuck, but also I wanted to low-key want to be one of those people.
Oh, God.
That would go out at night
No,
dressed as a clown,
no.
just to creep people out.
No, not especially not in this area.
Not
Are
in this
you
area,
kidding? There's a lot of people got a 12 gauge out there.
Yeah.
And it says the last
I don't want to be shot.
no, the last reason, which may come as a surprise, was a frightening experience with a clown. That's what happened to me. It really did. There was a circus that came to town, and the clown was just the clowning loud, sort of invading your space, this different, and it's just like that's where it started.
And
I
it's
could
like the
pinpoint.
giant scissors like coming at you because they have like some of them do have like these giant ass plastic scissors that are like wacky colors or whatever.
Right.
And they will like, I remember I was at the circus with Dad one day, like literally one day, and they were like pretending to snip people's
Right.
buttons.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was what happened to me. I can even tell you where I was sitting because I have that weird memory thing. I do. But that was what it was. And it just freaked my shit out. And then for years, just terrified of them.
Yeah.
It says that the researchers wrote, quote, intriguingly, we found the final explanation of having had a scary personal experience with a clown had the lowest level of agreement. Well, of course it would, because that's my thing. This indicates that life experience alone is not a sufficient explanation for why people are afraid of them, end quote. So there's a lot of reasons that could be with this. I think it's interesting. For a long time, I thought it was just me. And then you get to talking to people, and it's like, oh, hell no, I hate them too.
I wonder if there's a website that actually like measures like your fear of clowns, like with this test.
There very well may be. I didn't look to see if there was one. In some ways, it's very sad because there are people, isn't there like a clown school that taught people how to be clowns?
Yeah, people go to clown school and such like that. There's not many of them anymore.
Right, because that it has taken such a dark turn. But those people, they used to go to like children's hospitals and different things just to make the children laugh. That was the whole point of it.
Yeah.
But it's also a matter, okay, we found out that this is a cultural change. Do something different. And so I think that some of them are now not doing the full clown makeup.
Yeah, some of them aren't. But also, like, some people are taking it in a completely different direction.
Right.
So,
What type of different direction?
I have no idea. But
Now, I have seen some that they still wear...
clowncore is actually a thing.
Oh, God. What is that?
Clowncore.
Yes, what
It's on
is it?
TikTok.
Oh, God. I
And,
will
like,
never know what
it's
that
an
means
overall
then.
Aesthetic.
Okay.
It's,
Ew.
Yeah, fashion.
Ew.
Aesthetic.
Anyhow.
So makeup, clothing, clowncore.
Lovely.
Yeah.
But I have seen where some of the people, they will have like the wigs and the hats, but it's more of a non-threatening with the makeup. They might have a little bit of the red paint at the tip of the nose or on the cheeks or something. But as far as the stark white and the, and the children can respond in a positive way with that.
Yeah.
There's not been a problem.
No.
So
If
that
they
they're
look
still
more
out
human,
there.
if
There's, yeah.
If they look more human, that's fine.
And it would be
Sort of.
a sad thing to takes something, I don't know, and maybe it was just always supposed to be terrifying, and that people tried to do the rainbows and unicorns on that, and it just failed.
I don't know, but if like clowns are brutal to each other too, though.
Yeah.
They really were. Like if you stole another clown's makeup, oh, you had a target on your back like hardcore.
Well, that's just performers.
Nah, you had a target on your back, and they used to like paint eggs, like be like as a way to copyright their makeup.
Okay.
Yeah, to be like, this is me. This is my makeup. You cannot copy it.
You have delved deeply into this.
Way too deep into this. Deeper than I ever wanted to. I didn't click on this shit. This is shit that just
It found you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
Final thoughts on the clowns?
Send in the clowns.
Absolutely, there ought to be clowns.
Destroy us all!
Don't.
Destroy us all!
Don't bother. They're already here.
I just think of that Billy and
Judy Collins
that Billy
reference,
and
folks.
Mandy, that Billy
Yes.
and Mandy episode with
Yes.
the balloon clown
But that was
that ate the cat.
the older song, Send in the Clowns.
Mm-hmm.
It's really a sad, depressing song.
It is a depressing ass song.
Anyhow, if you've had experiences with the paranormal or supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. And the email address will be in the description box, as will the link to the article.
Yeah. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all and have a good.
I am so glad Kid's back. I missed him. I missed him.
I missed you.
Because the ones, I was doing a little bit better, but they still, me by myself, is dry. It's dry.
Didn't you have guests while I was gone?
No, I actually didn't, because the weather got cold and I didn't feel like going out of the house once I was in. So,
Okay.
but I'm doing better with the OBS.
Yeah.
I'm playing with it. I'm
Have you
learning.
been watching tutorials and stuff for that?
Somewhat. No, I did actually, as far as increasing the volume on the microphone.
Okay.
So now we can overmodulate. I need a mixing board. We've got a mixing board. I need to learn how to do it.
Just adjust it
Yeah, I will.
on the computer.
But I'm having fun with it.
Yeah.
There was other people overmodulated on that one day. It was just a day for it, and we were
fine.
in on the trend on that
Yeah.
one.
It's all good.
So,
Ready to glare. Her camera fucked up, so she had to use her webcam and her webcam mic today.
it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
Know that you're loved. You stay away from the clowns. Watch out
Unless
for the
you like
clowns. Yeah, if you like the clowns, you might want to go and hug a clown. I'd say that
If
some
they're
of
the
them
good
need,
clowns.
I'd say some of them need a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cut.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.